Alright guys, I'm Finisec99 and today I'm gonna talk about what I think will make the RG Slide an even better handheld, taking advantage of the fact that there was a leak of the RG Slide Pro, which I'm pretty intrigued about. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I have this RG Slide for around 2 weeks, and I will say I have had a blast. I've been using it to read manga, for example, like this. I've been reading manga like crazy. I've been playing video games. I've been playing PSP games. I've been also playing PlayStation 1. I've been playing also Dreamcast. I've been playing Game Boy Advance. I've been playing NES. So I've had a blast with this device. However, there are some things that I think will make this device much better. These are my personal opinions, so if you don't agree with them, you don't have to be like a asshole for it. I know that a lot of people are pretty passionate about this hobby, but man, we're just talking about electronics, so it's not that deep. So okay, these are my opinions, which I think will make this console much better. Okay, so this one is gonna be pretty controversial because I know that a lot of guys like the fact that this screen is 4x3. Yes, the 4x3 screen makes a bunch of consoles appear perfectly without any black bezels, such as the Dreamcast, such as the PlayStation 1, some GameCube and PlayStation 2 games as far as I'm concerned. Sorry if I'm not correct. Game Boy looks beautiful even though it's not 4x3, it's pretty close, so the black bezels with this one just disappear with this model. But for PSP, man, things start to change dramatically. I actually already completed 2 PSP games on this thing. I completed GTA Vice City Stories and GTA Liberty City Stories, but I hate black bezels with a passion. In the past, I have made some videos with the Retro Pocket D2 playing Nintendo DS games, and I stretch the image in both screens because for me that is normal. I don't care about that. And I think that in those devices the difference is not that dramatic. However, here when you try to stretch the PSP games to fill the entire screen, things start to look pretty weird. And I actually completed those games with this stretch setting in PPSSPP, which made the games pretty weird. For example, things that were circular, they started to appear more oval, so they look pretty weird. So I think that if you're going to make a copy of the PSP Go, make it at least a good way to play PSP games without having to change the aspect ratio. So for me, I will say that if they were to do a revision, they should implement a 16:9 screen so that you can play PSP games perfectly without any black bezels. That's for me. Also, of course, we all owners of the RG Slide know that this device is chunky as fuck. This device is a little bit heavy. When you see it right now, it doesn't seem as big, but trust me, it's big, it's pretty heavy. It actually weighs as much as the Retro Pocket Flip 2, which is bigger in volume, but this one just blows it out of the park. The reason as to why a lot of people love this little thing is because of that. It's little, it's pretty portable. I think this is the most portable device that you can find on the market right now. But compare it to this chunky, man, just look, it's double the weight, double the volume and stuff. And this one is of course much lighter. So I will ask for a lighter revision, a lighter and slimmer, because also look, the thickness, I mean, Jesus, it's like night and day, the thickness. This one I can slip in my pocket, no problem. This one, I cannot. Also, a different change I will do. I know that some people can make work a lot of PS2 and GameCube games onto this thing. However, this one is not that good for those platforms. You have to do a lot of tweaks and they don't feel as smooth. So what I will change as well will be the chipset that this device have. This one has a Unisoc T820. So even though this chip is good enough to run games, to run consoles below PS2, I will say that if you want to have a better experience, to make it this also a PlayStation 2 portable thing, I will add a better chipset. I know that Anbernic never uses Snapdragon chips, but that would be amazing if they could just implement, for example, a Snapdragon 865, the one that has the Retro Pocket 5, for example, or the Retro Pocket Flip 2. It would be amazing to have this onto this thing, or maybe just go for the Dimensity chip, which is much powerful. And lastly, what I will change about this thing is I will not have these triggers like this, consequential, horizontally. I will have them stacked, bro. Like this one is pretty uncomfy to play, for example, PS2 games or GameCube games because of this, because you get confused. And sometimes when I was playing, for example, some Android games which also require these two buttons, the R2 and L2 buttons, I will just press the L1 without wanting to, because they are so close to each other. You will press the other one without you wanted it to do. So I will be careful with that, and I will change that. The screen for me is pretty good. So other than that, that will be like my own changes. I saw this leak. I was pretty concerned because I don't want them to do like the same revision with the same things. The screen, for me, the screen is a big factor. I would love it if they were to implement the 16:9 screen. For me, that would be amazing, because that will be the best way for me to play PSP games without the black bezels. So yeah, controversial opinions. I know some people might not agree with me, some people will. I don't care. It's my own opinions, and if Anbernic decides to listen to some of their customers, that will be a huge help. I'm just waiting for the official announcement of the RGS Lite Pro, and yeah, other than that, I clock out. I am Finistech99, and I see you in the next one.